Hello traders, welcome to another trading interview, this time with one of our serious FTMO traders, Jordan from United States in Norcross. Welcome Jordan.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We are happy to having you too. Guys, for those who are here for the first time, FTMO is a proprietary trading company that actively search for trading talents because we have developed a unique two-step evaluation process. And once you pass this two-step evaluation process, you will be offered a unique placement in our proprietary trading company. And once you pass, you can remotely manage a FTMO account with up to $200,000. And that's exactly why we have Jordan here because we want to know who Jordan is and how is possible that he could make $10,000 in profit this month. That's an amazing result. And we are not having this interview as some advisement from our traders. We certainly do not. We just want to know what was he doing while he's trading because he certainly has some strategy that works for him. And to have such a strategy and to develop such a strategy that takes time. It takes a lot of time. And Jordan's strategy obviously works. So the important thing is here, congrats, man. You are
Thank
doing
you. I
a great
appreciate it.
job. You are really doing a great job. And that's the most important part. So we are really delighted that you could take your free time and so that you can share with us your story from the beginning to present of your trading career. So before we go into that, before we go into your strategy, can you tell us something about you as an introduction, please?
I'm Jordan Caps. I'm 25. Uh, I really play professional basketball overseas,
Wow.
and the month that I made the 10,000. I was playing basketball. So you know, basketball you practice about 2 hours. Two times a day,
Uh-huh.
2 hours each, which is like 4 hours. And maybe that's less than like a regular job, but it takes a lot out of you, like energy wise, so you're tired and stuff. So I was really doing this like in my
Not even a
free time.
part-time.
Yeah, I was doing it part time, right?
Uh-huh.
So I was tired doing it, and I would still be able to be profitable, which is hard. Like it's very hard. I was very like a lot of sleepless nights because I'm not like I haven't been trading for like 4 or 5 years. I've been trading for like maybe a year seriously, or a couple
Okay.
like eight
Okay.
to a year seriously. And I was doing this in my part time. And like it was very difficult. Like I was very sleepy. I used to go to practice a little sleepy sometimes, but at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta sacrifice things if you wanna, be successful. But I was really doing this in my part time, which to me is also kind of a good thing. So because I know when I have actual time to really focus on this,
Uh-huh.
I can be more successful
Wow. And what did
as
you
I
do?
give more time to it.
And what did you do before when you start trading? Just the basketball?
Yeah, yeah. I've always been a basketball player. Like I was playing professional basketball for a couple of years, and like I said, I was playing this year too, and that's when I was trading, and that's when I made profit this like that month.
And what was the deciding point when you decided you want to trade? Like you want to do something else than your basketball?
Well, lately I've been since Corona,
Uh-huh.
I feel like we had a lot of time to decide how we can make extra money because a lot of people didn't have jobs and stuff like that, which was hard for them. So it was like, okay, you have all this free time on your hand. You might as well learn another way to have some income. And basketball players, they or athletes, period, they get paid a lot, and then some don't get paid, and a lot. But a lot of people don't know that. It's kind of depends on where you play. But at the end of the day, if you want to be financially free or something like that, you have to have multiple streams of income. And I was just like, okay, I see people making money with trading, and I'm like, all right, let me try it out. And anything you do in life is not like a get rich quick scheme, and trading is definitely not because it will not go in your way
Uh-huh.
all the time.
Yeah.
And that's where like psychology and emotions come into play. And you just got to kind of stick with it because at the end of the day, it can't change your life. And when you trade, sometimes your trades happen within minutes or hours, and you're done for the day. Or you
Uh-huh.
could be done for the week, depending on your lot size and stuff like that. So if you stick with it long enough, it can really change your life. But it's just the sticking part with it because you're gonna have a lot of losses. like a lot of losses. Like I have a whole story about how I almost didn't, complete the challenge.
Wow. How many
Yeah.
times you've lost? You've been trying so hard. How many times you been trying to get the FTMO challenge?
Oh, it only took me one time.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but before that, I
Before
was,
that, yeah, tell
not
me, what did you before when you become the
before
FTMO
that,
trader?
before FTMO, I mean, I was just trading and I was losing. Like I was just losing.
So are
I
you
was
telling
like,
me
man,
that that you've been losing all day, and when you bought the FTMO challenge, you finally have some success?
nah. I mean, I was losing and then gradually I start winning. So then I trusted myself more. And I'm like, because I try to start doing like 50, 100, $200 accounts. And I was like, when I would win, I would make like $5, whatever, $10, because I would have a small lot size on a small account. And you have to be a professional to like grow 100, 200, 300, $400 accounts to 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. And I'm not there yet. I'm very honest with myself.
Mhm.
But I had a small account, and I was like, man, how can I have bigger lot sizes, which means I need more money. So I'm like, do people like fund accounts out here and stuff? So I did my research on that, and a lot of prop firms or whatever, they say they'll do things, but then I read reviews and it's not a lot of bad things. So then I came across FTMO, and I saw people, and I think it was a girl. She has her own YouTube and she started with FTMO, and she just gave reviews all the time and stuff about it, and how the payout profit split and all that stuff was very legit. And
Mhm.
like my experience with FTMO is you guys are very like transparent, get back quick on emails, any questions you have you'll answer, and it's just everything is like real smooth and nice and cool and very communicative. And then so I just went for it, and that process was hard. I did $100,000 account. I almost lost the 5,000 in a day. I was at 4,500. So I almost didn't make it. I literally almost didn't make it, but I stuck with it and I came back from it, and eventually I passed. And like I said, it was scary because I was like, dang, I've been doing all this studying. This was the time like to get the account, and I was negative 4,500. And then my mom was like, "Don't give up, Jordan. Like you never know, because with trading, you could be down one day, and then
Uh-huh.
next time you're up, and it could be two times what you were down. So it's like the part of like don't give up type part." And I came back from the 4,500 the next day, and I was just so happy.
Of course.
And then the 5,000 was pretty easy
And,
after you get past the bigger one.
and again, how many accounts have you blown before you become a FTMO trader?
Oh, a lot.
A lot.
Um, I wouldn't say a lot. I would say I really haven't blown accounts. It's just I wanted more money in my account so I could trade more. Because like I said, you have to be a professional, like a hardcore trader to grow accounts from 100 or $500 to 2,000, 5,000,
Y-
ten
y-
thousand, 20,000.
you don't need to be a professional, you just need to be serious with this, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can serious with it. I mean, professional, or I guess I meant the same thing. You
Oh,
just have
yeah,
to
yeah,
know
yeah,
what you're
sure.
doing. Like your skill has to be high. To me, that your skill has to be high level, and you have to be patient with
You
it.
just have to be into it, like 100%,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. But I think having a funded account, if you want to make money, like more amounts of money quicker, and you still have your strategy and skill, and you follow all your risk management and stuff,
Mhm.
I would say do a funded account.
And
If
you
you're trying to grow a small account, that's a different thing.
that is a different thing. And with us, you
Yeah,
got like the account immediately, right? And
yeah, yeah. It
you
only took like a few days, a few days.
and you've been talking about how was the learning part. So where did you learn and how did you learn the Forex?
Okay, nice. There's a lady called Ruby, and she has an academy, and it's called Lavish Life Academy. And she's very good at what she does. It's a community of a lot of people. I don't know,
Okay, okay,
5,000 the
okay.
last time I checked. And she just teaches the process of trading, like from beginning to end. It's literally like an elementary school
Hmm.
course all the way to high school course and then graduation.
Cool.
So, and she
And you
teaches
start that like before the corona or when the corona starts?
probably like August, September, August, late August,
Uh-huh.
beginning of September.
Okay.
And I started that, and I was just every day watch videos, take notes, watch videos, take notes. And like I said, it's a process to build up to getting an account or to being successful. But she teaches a lot of good things.
And
She's
what
very transparent and she answers a lot of questions that anybody has.
and what was the most interesting thing that you learned in that process?
It's just about risk management and
Risk
how
management.
if you're not paying attention, if you're not patient, which is a very big thing in trading, if you're not patient and you don't wait for the right moments to get in, you can lose your money.
So
And it's just that simple. Yeah.
patience, risk management, and you must be 100% in it.
Yeah. And then just finding your
Mhm.
what works for you because like I said, is trading is a skill where you can have your own skill.
Mhm.
You can have your own process. And whatever works for you, do it. You don't have to be like everybody else because what works for them might not work for you. And I was always like I've been looking for 100 different ways to trade and you just got to find something that works for you. So keep trying until you understand what you're doing, not what someone else is doing. Now you could take maybe a little thing from them, but just do what works for you.
And this is not just your first month of such a big profit, right? Like the last month, the before that, the month, you also have some like 6K, right?
Yeah, 6K, and actually I was at 10K, but then
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, I got a little greedy, and then it went down to 6K, so I would just settle for that. But
Yeah, that happens.
yeah, that happens. You know, it's a learning process. You can't get too greedy.
So you probably have some strategy that like can work long termly.
Yeah, it's a strategy, maybe catching 20, 40, 60 pips,
Uh-huh.
and that's about it. But I mean, like I said, you can survive off 20 pips.
And can you show me your strategy?
Yeah, for sure. All right, so here's my trading view. I guess my strategy is pretty simple. Like I said, I was always looking for strategies on YouTube and stuff, and what I learned from the course that I was with. But it's just simple. It's just moving averages and it's pivot points.
Pivot
So
points, right?
I guess I could start with pivot points.
Mhm.
Pivot points, they are so they start every day after
Yep.
a session is over, a
Yep.
trading session is over, trading day is over, and they're for the next day. So the interaction with the pivot point happens all the time. So that's something you don't have to worry about.
Mhm.
So right here, it's very simple. Pivot point, if it goes past this line, like under this line, then we're going for sells. If it goes above this line, then we're going for buys. I
Okay.
could say that's pretty simple. And right here, I have my moving averages, which is the 9 and 26, which is normal most of the time for most people. And
And can you show us
again,
how did you set up those moving averages?
okay, so really is the moving averages on the cloud, on the
Okay.
Ichimoku cloud. I mean, I use the cloud sometimes, but I just use it for the moving averages most of the time.
Hmm.
And I think everybody knows when the moving averages cross, that's when you're going in a different direction. You're going in to the upside, bullish or bearish. So right here, you can see my white line is my 9 moving average. My yellow line is my 26 moving average. So the
Okay.
9 crossed right here above the 26. So we're
Hmm.
going for buys.
Hmm.
And you can clearly see it going up. And then the R1 and the S1, those are support and resistance, and those are true support and resistance. So if you have a problem with support and resistance of your own, those help you with that too.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I know a lot of people have trouble with support and resistance, and those help you with that. Usually they hit R1 and S1 and R2 and R2. I mean S2 and R2,
So,
and each one is about 20 pips.
so to make just simple, when the white line is above the yellow one, it's a signal for you to buy, right?
Yes,
And
but you want to make sure it interacts with the pivot.
those resistance and support lines in the pivot points, those are like again some signals that are saying to
Mhm.
you that there is something happening,
Yes.
and it will stop there. Or if it cross, it's something happens, like you said, it if it cross like from the above to below, it's a signal for what?
Oh, it's a signal for a buy. If it
So
crosses
is a
above, it's a signal
buy.
for a buy. If below,
Okay.
it's a bearish signal.
Okay.
So here again, we have now sometimes it doesn't touch the pivot, which
Mhm.
means that it will continue. If it doesn't touch the pivot at all, you
Mhm.
stay in the trade, and
Mhm.
that's how you get more than 20 pips at a time or whatever. So that those are good signals too. Like if you get in the beginning, like right here, and then in the next pivot you see it didn't touch at all,
Mhm.
it'll continue to the next pivot until it touches again.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, pretty simple. I mean, you can see
And
them on
you
a
are
lot of
using
pairs.
this for all
Yeah, all pairs.
Forex, all pairs.
Yeah, yes, all pairs. So here too, we have, let's see, a bearish signal. Um, it kind of, let's see, a bearish signal right here. So you see these pivots, they're in the darker blues. Sorry, I have a lot of lines on my
Yeah, yeah,
chart.
you have it line of line there. I cannot
Yeah.
see it much clearer. Maybe you can see it, but I'm confused.
Okay, so right here, let me get a little closer.
Yep, yep. Now it's much better.
All right, so you see the blue lines here.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
Sure, sure.
You see the blue lines here, here,
Uh-huh.
and here.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so again, like I said, the pivot, it didn't touch the pivot, and if it didn't touch the pivot, you have to look back, and whatever direction it was going in, it will continue in that direction.
Mhm.
So every time it doesn't touch a pivot, it's going to continue into that direction until it touches the next pivot. Then that's where you might have a change. Now it might continue in the same direction, but you'll know it might change in a different direction because it touched the pivot. So the interaction with the pivot basically helps you buy or sell. Now you have to know the trend also, which is I think everybody knows in trading. You have to know the trend. But if you're just trying to get, you know what I'm saying, 20 pips every day, it'll interact with the pivot most times. And if it doesn't, then just stay in the trade until it does.
Mhm.
And here again you can see where it interacted with the pivot right here,
Mhm.
and then it didn't hit the next pivot and it just continued down to the next support zone. So to me, that's how you double up on your pips.
And are you also looking for some patterns in the candlesticks? Or
So,
it's some?
oh, am I looking for patterns?
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, patterns I would say are pretty easy. I look for W and M patterns.
Uh-huh.
Kind of maybe like this was an M pattern right here, like a little M.
Okay.
But those are pretty easy to see,
Mhm.
especially with the moving averages because they're just lines. So they're really tracking price the whole time, or they're on top of price or below price the whole time. So if you just have one moving average, maybe you can see it a little clearer.
Mhm.
But you get mostly M's or W's, which are uh, double bottoms or double tops, and
Mhm.
those, you know what I'm saying, those can add to confluence as well. So, but yeah, I mean, my strategy is
And
pretty simple.
and how did you come up with this strategy?
Just looking on YouTube, honestly, like I was just, like I said, I was searching for 100 different strategies. What would work for me? What is simple because a lot of indicators are hard,
Mhm.
like to understand, and they come with a
So so
lot of lines and stuff, and it's very confusing. The charts look so messy, and I mean these may look a little messy, but once you get into it, kind of make it a little bigger, it's a little clearer.
so you just used some strategy from YouTube, and did you modify it somehow, or it was like same?
Yeah, I mean right here it says pivots traditional. Now, let me go to here. So this is all you could take off your support resistance.
Uh-huh.
Like you could put it to 3 because usually the most
Normally
it'll go
three,
to,
but you're
yeah,
using
it'll go
four
to
or five.
3.
Okay.
it really doesn't go to 4 and 5. And I just try to put my pivot a different color so you can actually see the pivot because that's the most important,
Mhm.
you know. And inputs. So here, the number of pivots you can go back. So a pivot counts for each day,
Mhm.
okay? And you can go back to 300 pivots a day, but then you would have all those lines on it, and you don't really need that unless you're, trading on the daily or the monthly, something like that.
Mhm.
Um, and I put 15, and I usually put traditional or I put classic, but they're about the same. It doesn't really make a difference. So yeah, I found this on YouTube. I did my back testing with it, and like I said, it interacts with the pivot most of the time. And if it doesn't, that just helps you because if it doesn't interact with the pivot, it'll continue in your direction, and you can double up or triple up on your profit.
Mhm.
Like if it reaches R1 or R2 or R3, because most of the time, like I said, let me see, I
And
use this little price range right here,
and where do you
and it,
execute those trades?
oh, I execute them on my phone.
On your
My
phone.
yeah, my mobile device. So see right here, this is 70 pips actually. Most of the time it's like 20, but like I said, if price was to go through this pivot and then just reach this resistance one, that's 70 pips,
Mhm.
and that's a great day, I would
So
say.
so you are looking more for pips rather than some price change, right?
Well, yeah, with trading, I guess you have to know the basics of it, price change, trend direction, trend line, stuff like that. Yeah, I just probably basically been a pit person because, too, at the end of the day, with trading, it's really not about how much money you make.
Mhm.
It is because everybody wants to, make a living from it. But the more pips you can get, the better.
Yep.
Like if you continue just to add up your pips and pips and pips, it'll add up to more and more money.
Mhm.
So pips are a very important part of trading, and I had to learn that. And actually, I have a pip chart too, well, a lot size chart, and it tells you how much you would make from your pips. How much you would make from your lot sizes based on your pips, which is kind of cool to see.
Cool. So that's it.
Yeah, yeah, pretty basic, nothing really fancy. Like I said, if you can get in on the interaction with the pivot
Mhm.
and it misses the next few days pivots, you're looking at a lot of pips because, like I said, just this resistance one is 70 pips. So if you miss two pivots in a day and they just keep going, you can add up to 200 some pips, 250.
Cool.
So yeah, pretty simple, nothing too complicated. You got to try to simplify trading because it is difficult if you overthink it.
Cool. So let's now
Yeah.
take a look to your statistics. Can you open your Matrix app?
Okay. Yeah. My account matrix.
Mhm.
Yeah. I guess I started off good, and then I just kept progressing
I really
each
like
subsequent
it.
trade.
I don't see any big drawdown there.
Yeah. You gotta try to stay away from drawdowns. My advice would be just get a good start, because it's not hard to bring it up if you know what you're doing, but try to get a good start because that gives you room for like to make mistakes.
Experimenting. Yeah, to make
Yeah,
mistakes.
like if you make mistakes, you'll just be back at zero or back at 1,000 or 2,000, whatever. And yeah, just try to be patient with your trades. It's a month, so you don't have to trade every day, and
Mhm.
that's what I was like not doing. So yeah, my biggest advice was start strong,
Mhm.
um, and then just keep going from there. Try, like you said, try not to have drawdowns and stuff. But it does happen. Like that's not realistic that you won't have drawdown or that you won't take losses. So
So what
yeah,
happened to you when you have a drawdown? Do you
what happens
stop
when I
that?
have a drawdown?
Yeah, yeah. Will you stop trading this day and you will just like, refresh your memory and start again another day?
Yeah, most times, but here and there, like again, trading is like psychology and stuff, so you can't be scared. Like if you see something that follows your rules,
Go for it.
like go for it. Like because you never know. It can end up, like I said, that drawdown that you had, it can end up multiplying that by two, three, four. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So like, don't be scared. Like, trust your analysis, trust your technical analysis. Like, watch out for fundamentals because I have been in trades where they were going good, and fundamental, whatever. I forgot to check the news, and then
And do you have some limits
pretty.
for trades?
Yeah, as far as lot sizes or losses or what?
No, I mean like on the volume and the number of the trades you will open.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I'm not like a 20 trade open guy, or not like a 10 trade, maybe like a three or four,
Mhm.
five. And I don't trade at big lot sizes. Like I don't go over five lot size.
Okay,
Uh, I don't do less than one lot size, but I don't do more than five.
cool. But
Yeah.
5 lots is also pretty high, right?
I mean, it's pretty high. If that's your, like, if that's your only, like, if you're just doing one trade and that's your only lot size, I would say that's, to me, that's regular. Because
Mhm.
if I do another trade with multiple entries or whatever, I'll do like one, one, two, two, and another one, which is like, what is that? Five. That's five right there. I mean, that's seven actually.
Yeah,
So I mean, they'll add up to over five, but for one trade, I'll only do a
it
five lot
depends on
size.
your rig strategy.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. And what about trading objectives? How do you work with them?
Um, I mean, right here it says I traded 17 days.
Nice.
Um,
Nice. Really good job with the max dailies there. I really like it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the
I
ma
felt like when I got to a certain point of what I was trying to get, because I was trying to get 10,000.
uh
I mean, that was my goal, and for some people, maybe that's like not a lot, or
that's
maybe it
a
is a
lot,
lot.
I believe.
Yeah. That daily loss, like if it was going red, like maybe a couple hundred, maybe like 600, I would just get out the trade
Mhm.
because I already had made it to 10,000, and this 995 max daily loss was probably way earlier when I was climbing up to
Mhm.
10,000. So yeah, I wasn't playing around with that. Like I was just trying to, what I'm saying, keep my profits and not give too much back to the market because it will take it if you let them.
So your plan on each month is like you're setting goal for the profit.
Yes.
Okay.
And I mean, it's been at 10,000. But like I said from the beginning, I was practicing and playing basketball games and traveling hours away, and I was still trading.
And what is your goal for the next month?
I mean, eventually, I want to be like 50,000 a month. Eventually, that's the goal. Like that's the, I guess, long-term goal.
Cool.
So my next month, I want to, just multiply it by two, try to get 20,000. Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I know some people that be, I know some people that have made $80,000 and 100,000 in a month and 80,000 in a day.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I'm a decent trader, but I'm not on that level yet.
I think that
So,
you are pretty good right now. Like it's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm just at the beginning of my little trading career, so I got a long way to go. But I mean, I am proud of this because, like I said, trading's hard.
Mhm.
A lot of people aren't successful at it, but you just gotta stay patient and like anything else, if you want to be good at it, just keep practicing every day until you see results.
Yep.
But yeah, I wasn't really playing around with the max daily loss. Like I reached 10,000 and then I was just okay with that. I was happy. I was content with that. So
Cool, cool, cool. And what about your statistics?
my statistics. Let's see.
Okay,
So
so a win
here,
rate above the 50% and the average RR is 2.5. I really like it. That's
yeah. So
decent.
that was pretty good.
Yep.
Um, yeah. I mean, 57% win percentage. People would be like, "Oh, how could you be profitable with that?" But really, you could have a 30% win percentage. It's just, are you getting the trades with your higher lots correct?
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So if you're having two or three, four, and five lot size, and you're hitting on those, and then you're just losing on the one lot size or the 0.50 lot sizes, then yes, you can have a profitable month with a 30% win rate.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's just about winning your big trades and losing your little trades at the end of the day. 57 is decent. I was at like 80 something, but again, that's not realistic for an entire month. So yeah, I mean, I was
And
pretty
it's a
happy
really
with
good
it.
job. Really good job.
Yeah, yeah.
And what about the biggest trade you made this month? You remember it?
Um, yeah, let's go to here. Okay, so this was, yeah, it's right here. This is the first one. It was a sell on Euro
Hmm.
NZD, and I made 1500. And like I said, perfect example. This was a high lot size trade.
Hmm.
Like I never go over five, and yeah, I won the trade. And it was a good result. And as you can see here, the other trades I did right in the same range,
Hmm.
453 or 250.
Yep. Never
Like I
more than
said,
five.
you want to win your big trades, like your big lot size trades. And maybe some of these were just added up, like maybe these were five $1, I mean one lot size trades, but they added up to five or they added up to four. So like I said, you want to win your big trades and then lose your little trades because you're going to lose.
And
Nobody's
it
100%.
and it seems that you always use your stop loss and take profits. Do you sometimes go earlier from the trade, or you are always strict with the stop losses and take profits?
Oh no, I definitely take out earlier sometimes. Like you can keep going, but then at the end of the day, is that being greedy?
Okay.
You got to ask yourself that. Like, are you being greedy? Yes or no? Can you be content with your profit? Because trading is there every day. Like, it's not going anywhere.
Yep.
So like, you don't have to make $10,000 in a day. People don't even make that for some months,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the thing. Like, trading can be good to you, but you have to be patient. You can't be greedy. So just be satisfied sometimes with your trades. And
Hmm.
of course, the better you get, you know what I'm saying, the more profitable you'll be, the better your trades will be, the more money you'll have per trade. But just be content with it sometimes. Like that trading is something you could be content with, I feel like.
Okay. And what pair do you trade mostly?
Now this is something I have to work on. I trade pairs which that I see
We can
fits
take a
my
look in the Matrix
strategy.
app. It's below.
Oh yeah, okay. So
No, no, no.
let's see.
Oh, below. Yeah. So it's the GBP USD.
Yeah, so honestly, I didn't even know I trade that pair that much because I don't really look at it. I just look at what fits um my strategy. So stuff like that. Because I know people say you want to master like a few pairs, like maybe two or three, or maybe even one, and that's definitely true. But as a beginning trader, I don't know. Maybe that pair only has so and so opportunities each time. So for me, at least, I just go through the charts daily. I see what my strategy matches up with, and if it matches my confirmations, then I'm gonna go in for that trade. It really doesn't have to be a certain trade, but eventually I want to get to a point as I grow as a trader to
Yeah, but you can take a
focus on a
look
few
in
pairs.
long-term history, and for example, if there would be like I am always in loss with the Euro USD,
Uh-huh.
and I'm always in profit with the GBP USD, maybe I should like avoid the Euro
Oh,
USD,
most
right?
definitely. Like if you if you see that you've been losing with that pair so much, like of course, don't try to like fight it.
Okay.
Don't do that. Yeah, of course.
And do you have some pair like this?
It says right here GBP odd
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I
and
lost.
but you said it like you don't take into account much this month statistics, but in long term.
Yeah, yeah. Long term, it could be something to look at, but I guess as a beginning trader,
Okay.
like I've always look for opportunities on the charts and see what I like and what I don't like. And
Mhm.
if it matches my confirmations, then I'll take the trade. But like I said, you always, as, as you grow as a trader, you want to master a few pairs so you actually know what their movement is like before it happens.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I thank you a lot. Thank you a lot for this overview of our Matrix app.
no problem, no problem.
Okay, Jordan, and what is your biggest inspiration in trading community or in trading world?
Um, I don't know, man. Life is hard. I see a lot of people struggling. Um, and it's just tough. Like, especially in America, it's hard to like, you know what I'm saying, be successful, have financial freedom and stuff like that. And I think like during the corona, like I said, is a big thing for me because it helped me start like thinking like, okay, like you have to be smart with your money. You have to have a certain skill set to make money. You have to
Mhm,
learn money. You have to know money. You have to make money work for you. And people want to spend time with their family, stuff like that. And work takes up a lot of that, especially in America. You work all the time, and you don't get to spend time with your family and friends. So this learning this skill set, can help you do that. But you have to be patient with the process. Like I said, it's not a get rich quick scheme. Um, but yeah, I mean, I've been reading a lot of books. Um, After this, I want to do like real estate and
mhm,
rental properties and things like that. Um, so hopefully this can, be a catalyst to start doing those things because once you get money,
mhm,
you have to know what to do with it or you'll be back at square one because you can blow money fast. And being an athlete, I know that because a lot of players, American football players, basketball
mhm.
players, whatever, they have millions of dollars and then some way they end up broke.
Yep.
So learning money is a good thing. Financial literacy is the most important, I would say.
And where do you see yourself in like 5 years period, except that you want to have like in 1 month 50K profit in forex trading?
Um, 5 years, yeah, 50K would be nice, but I mean, uh, I feel like I can get there earlier if I can totally focus on trading as like a career. It's just about, picking your right spots, doing that, and I want to teach people this stuff too when I learn. I know a lot of people trade and people ask them what to do and they really never really tell them. But if it could help a person, reach financial freedom, quit their job, spend more time with their family. Why not teach them? Like once I get this down pat, because I'm by far no professional, but I mean, if I keep working, I'm on my way to like saying being good at what I do. I want to teach people like my brother, my mom, and stuff. And it's funny because my mom's like, "Oh, I don't know if trading's real. I don't know if trading's real." She's like, "Let me see the money in your account, blah blah blah." And then I showed her, and she was like, "Oh, okay, okay, I'm watching you, I'm watching you." So yeah, I just want to teach other people and help other people because once you get it, and once you know how to do it, the sky's the limit, and you have a lot more free time.
So do you have enough support from your family?
Yeah, but I mean, anything you do in life,
Uh-huh.
people are always gonna doubt you, like until you show them, you prove to them.
Yep.
Like they can cheer you on, but it's like I need to see some proof. Like, are they really doing it? You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm,
you can either take that as like, oh, they don't believe in me, or you can take it as a challenge. But at the end of the day, your family is by your side most of the time, and sometimes you're not. Um, but it's not about really having support. I mean, it's your own life, so
mhm,
do what you want with it. If you believe in yourself, you could do something.
mhm,
And once you do it, then everybody will be like, oh, I knew you could do it, this and that. So, I mean, it's not really about what people think outside, I
mhm,
would say, because I know a lot of people in life do things based off other
mhm.
people's opinions. And if you do that, you'll never like live your own true
Yep.
life and your true self. So,
Mm,
I mean, my family supports me, but I just had to show a little proof first,
mhm.
a little proof to my mom, especially. So,
And do you have some enlightenment or guidance to our listeners?
um, just stick with it, man. You're gonna lose. You're gonna have bad days, bad months, bad weeks, whatever. Like I said again, and I'll always keep saying this, anything in life you want to do, you're gonna fail. But if you're not failing, then you're not progressing to succeed. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Um, if you look at a lot of famous people or a lot of people that came into wealth or whatever, man, some people lived homeless shelters. Some people lived in parents' garage, whatever. Walt Disney's, the Amazons, all that stuff. Like just really believe in yourself. Trading's not easy. Um, Trading's actually very hard, but if you do it every day, every day, every day, every day, you'll start to see results. And that money, like those profits that come in that like a job couldn't compare to, that should motivate you in itself. You keep doing that, then you'll be like, yeah, I'm doing something. I'm doing something right. So that's my big advice. Like, just keep going even though you lose. Because I've lost before.
Hmm.
I've lost a week straight, 2 weeks straight,
Hmm.
and I still, some way, I believe like, oh, I'm gonna come back from this. I'm gonna be profitable again, and I was. So
Hmm.
that'd be my advice.
Well, thank you for your words of inspiration. I believe that somehow someone will be inspired.
Yeah,
And
hopefully.
the
Because
yeah,
I've been inspired from these videos because I used to watch these YouTube interviews, and now I'm
cool.
on here, so
Nice, nice.
pretty nice.
So the last question, what do you say about the opportunity that FTMO provided you?
Well, to me, it's an opportunity that I wouldn't have got anywhere else. I mean, I wouldn't have made profit, uh, 10K profit, whatever, in a month, because I don't have $100,000 like in my account. I mean, I'm still young, but just them, trusting you with that much capital, and you actually making something good of it. I mean, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Of course, you got to go through the process to get it, but like I said in the beginning, I know people that can flip $100 accounts, 200, 300 to 2K, 5K, 10K, 20K, and that takes time to like get to that skill level. So having someone that will fund you and you actually proving yourself, and then you get profit split of that and a nice profit split. I think I tell people this all the time, like, do FTMO, FTMO, because like um, a lot of traders in the academy,
Mhm.
the Lavish Life Academy, they're trading and they're good traders. They're very good traders. They're starting with $100, $200 account, and I'm like, dang, if you was doing that on FTMO, like, you'd be making like, what, you could be making way more than me, because some of them are better than me. A lot of them are better than me, and but that too, I'm never afraid to ask questions like, how did you make this much? Like, what did you do? And I'm always like trying to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask, because people will help you. You just have to ask a question, and don't be
Yep,
too arrogant.
yep.
So
And no
yeah,
greediness.
yeah, definitely. Biggest part, don't be greedy. But ask people who are doing better than you, how did they do it?
Yep.
And you can learn something. So
Okay, Jordan, I really enjoyed this interview. I'm
yes, thank
really
you so much.
thankful and delighted that you could share with us your experience.
Yeah.
And I hope that your dreams will come true and you will be
Mm.
more than better and good and serious and professional trader.
Yeah.
And I believe that we can have this interview some other day. And again, this profit, congrats, man. Your
Thank you. Thank
strategy
you. I
works.
appreciate it.
Keep going.
Yes. Yes.
And bye bye, Jordan.
All right. Have a good one. Thank you so much for the interview. I really appreciate it.
Nice. And that's FTMO.